YouTube. It is late at night, after 9 p.m. Alex is playing late night Oaken Tower, and I am about to solve this Wordle so quick. Do we stop watching? No, I'm going to pop it out onto my other screen so that I have other things going to distract me, and we're about to destroy this Wordle. Late, but soonish right now. Wait, but I have to pop it out. Pop it out. Ready to get started. Discord tip, use /Wordle in chat. Start playing Wordle with friends. We're doing that. Wait, where the hell are my friends? I am friendless. Why am I friendless? P-O-Y-T-Y. I am pouty. I'm pouting about my friendlessness. Huh. Pound? No. P-O. P-O. What if I could just get this in 2 on a 1 when there are no friends? Why are there no friends? Explain yourself, video game. Huh. Don't know. We could be posit. We could posit a postulation or something like that. We could be a poor. We could. P-O-I. We could point, but we can't. We could have poise and grace. Poise. Do it. With poise, holy what? Posse? It's gotta be posse. It could be, what else could you be? I think you're posse. That one, enter. So easy. Got in 3. Impressive. Yes, it is impressive. So now, if we go back to the puzzle, how many minutes was that? That was under 2 minutes. We're the quickest people in the entire existence of forever. Existence of ever? Bam! Super quick. Wait! Why? Explain yourself. 1-4. No! Where did my 1 from Oh, we already did it yesterday. Okay, never mind. Just nobody else played. Weird. You guys have quit playing Wordle. Okay, well, I still enjoy it. I will play it for myself. So we did Wordle, and we destroyed it in 3. And now I get to come over here. Wordle. Hey, it actually has 14 views. Cool. And we're going to do connections. And then I'm going to do stupid Sudoku. Why? Because it's 9 p.m. and I'm already done for the day. And what is our second ad? Do we have a second ad? Second ad is a little trusted... No, Alexis. We don't want a Lexus because it's just an overpriced Toyota. With some, like, fancy features, but mostly don't want. Drear. Like dreary? Drear, but without a letter at the end. E-tail. The retail, but without a word, or without a letter. Wait, this. Issue, grump, copy, block, print, sack. Edition. All right, so there's an edition, a print. Copy. A reel? A reel. A scan. Wait a second. Scan. Do it. No, one away. What the hell is your problem? Copy, a print, a scan. An edition is not one of these. A crank. An issue. An issue, an edition. Oh, never mind. That. Paper publication. A crank. Somebody who's like kind of full of it. Full of wind. You can crank something. Wind. You can coil something. You can wind up something. And you can reel something. Bam. It's like all of those are winding something up, spooling it. You can be a grump. You can be an e-tail. What is an e-tail? I still think something. What do I think? I don't know. Block and tackle. You can block, you can tackle, you can blitz. These are all football things. You can sack. Bam. Football. Things a defensive football player does. Yeah. Blitz. Sack. Block. Tackle. I totally know what those things are. What the hell is e-tail? Scan. Grump. Rear. Detail? I don't know. Submit. They're like half of words. Synonyms for butt plus starting letter, rear plus another letter, tail plus another rump, can. Interesting. View the results. All right, so now I get to go back and pain, suffering, Sudoku. All of the best things. We're going to do, I'm not doing the easy, even at super speed, because I did one in like 44 seconds, and it's the best score to ever be, and nobody's ever going to beat it, especially not me. So we're going to do medium without doing cheaty auto candidate. Why? Because I like to suffer and it's fun. So now we're going to go to candidate mode, and we're going to say, you're a 1, you're a 1, you're a 1, you're a 1. Ooh, you're a 1, you're a 1. 2s. Ooh, you're a 2, you're a 2. But we're still doing 1 things. What kind of 1 things? That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. This one, 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 this one. What other kind of 1 things? No, it's like all of these. Nobody likes that. Okay. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So these 2 being up here, does that tell... No, that doesn't tell me anything. Nothing tells me anything ever. Okay. These 2 being a 2 could almost tell me nothing. All right, 2s. So what do we know about 2s? Wait. We almost know a lot. We know that you're a 2, you're a 2, you're a 2. You have the potential to be 2s. Wait, not you. Not you. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. Cool. All of the 2s. This one. This one. So you could be a 2. You could be a 2. You can be a 2. Onto the 3s. You're the only 3 in existence? Why would you do this to yourself? You're all alone. All right. Don't like that 3. Kind of wish there was a mark them all with 3 button, and then I could just unmark that one, that one, that one. This one, this one, this one. You, 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 you. This one. Not this one. 3, 3, 3. That bottom center is kind of interesting. I might skip to looking at that just because I'm tired of marking these. And if I figured things out, then I wouldn't have to mark as many. All right, so let's at least consider that. All right, what is it that I'm considering? I'm considering looking down here because we have a 1, we have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 4. We're looking for 5. So you could be 5. You could be 5. We have a 6. So 1 and 5. Ooh, but there's another 1 up here. Still. 7. No, 7 can go lots of places. Not that place. No, yes, that place. All right. 1, 5, 1, 5, 7. 1, 7. All right, 8. Too many 8s. 8, 8, 8. 9. We've already got 9. Wait, you're the only one that can be, or you can only be a 7. Yeah, there we go. Wait. So I have to hit Alt and then 7, but be careful about hitting Alt 1 because that pauses the video and screws up everything. 178. 158. You are not a 7. You are not a 7. 18. Crap. 158. So one of these 2 is a 5, which tells me what? Nothing. Huh. I mean, it does tell me that you're a 5. The easiest video game of all time. Alt 5. Okay. The easiest of video games. With that information, I have to keep marking things, but I don't want to. So where did I leave off? 3? No, we did 3. Music. Music is chill. 4. Super chill. We're still in candidate mode. You could be a 4. You could be a 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 score, and some number of minutes ago, we started playing the video game. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. This one. Wait, you are a 4. We've done it. Alt 4. Which means that you are not a 4. Good job. Not a 4. Not a 4. Could be 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 a 4. Is that all of the 4s? Feels like it. So from there, just scanning to make sure I filled out all of the 4s. From there, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5s. With the 5s, we already have 3 of them right here. That's good to know. We would like to mark the 5s. You could be a 5, could be a 5, could be a 5, could be a 5, could be a 5. Another one, another one, another one, another one. 1 and 3. Interesting. Next up, you could be a 5. You could not. You could be a 5. You could be a 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. Down here. Ooh. We don't have that many 5s down here. Okay. 6s. With the 6s. Ooh, we've almost got this one narrowed down, kind of. 6 and 6. Wait, you are narrowed down. You are a 6. Alt. 6. Perfect. So now, things that we know about this one. That you could be a 6, you could be a 6, you could be a 6. Things we know about this one. We don't know much. You. 6, 6, 6, 6. 6, 6. Ooh, 2 6s right there. It's kind of almost interesting. Any others that I missed? I think that's it. 7s. All right, with 7s, there are many spots that could be 7s. You could be a 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. This one. Not that many. 7, 7. Ooh, wait, that's actually interesting. Because that tells me 7, 7. It is interesting. Okay. With that information, there's not much I can do. So, 7, 7s, 7, 8. Next up, we want these 8s. You could be an 8. You could be an 8. Other ones that could be an 8. You could be an 8. 8, 8, 8, and 8. What have I done? Undo. You are a 5. Never mind that one. That one is already determined. Predetermined. 8, 8. Wait, but you're not an 8. Why are you not an 8? You are a 1 and a 5. Interesting. Weird. All right. So, beyond that, you are an 8? Yes. So we would do Alt 8. And then one of you is an 8. Either you or you. Okay. Is that all of the 8s marked? That looks like all of the 8s marked. So then all I have left is 9s. And we only have 2 9s, which is very little information to go off of. Okay. 9, 9, 9. 9, 9, 9, 9. 9, 9, 9, 9. Another one. All of these? For now. For now, it could be any of those. What about this one? It could be you, could be you, could be this one. Ooh, okay, wait. So, there has to be a 9 right here, which means that you are not a 9, which means that there has to be a 9 up here, which is not all that helpful. But we have everything marked. You're a 1, 8, a 1, 5, a 1, 5, 8. You are a 3, 6, a 3, 4. A 3, 4, wait a second. 3, 4, 3, 4 means that you could not be a 3, means that you are a 6. What have I done? Go to normal mode. Undo that, and then put in a 6. Now, with that 6, I can rule out this 6, which means that you are a 6. Now, with that 6, I can rule out this 6, this 6. Okay. And I can rule out this 6, this 6, which means that one of the two of you is a 6. Is that help? No, that's nothing is helpful, ever. This one. Wasn't that a thing that I just got? Was that 6, maybe? I don't know what the hell I just did. Probably. So there's a 4 and a 3, which means that you are not... No, I just broke everything. Undo, 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 undo. How do I know that you're a 6? What am I missing? I'm missing a 7 in here. Undo. So, undo. So I ruled something out of here. What did I rule out of here? 1, 3, 7, 9. 1, 3, 7, 9. 1, 3, 7, 9. And how did I rule it out? Or what did I add in? Did I just add in the 9 right now? Undo. 1, 3, 7, 9. What the hell is over here? That has to be a 9, right? Okay, so we did that, but I had done something over here. I just don't know what I would have done, but I did something. What would I have done and why? I don't know. So what we're trying to figure out is how I determined that this was a 6. The way that I determined that was a 6 was by determining some other one is a 6, probably. Which one? And how? 1, 3, 6. 1, 3. 3, 5, 9. 3, 5, 9. 3, 5, 9, 6. There are 3 spots that can have a 9 or a 5. That's interesting. Wait. Oh, I thought there was only one spot that could have a 1. That is not true. Alright, so 4, 3, 4, 3 means that you... Okay, was that how I got this? You're not a 4, you're not a 3. Yeah, but that can't be right, because we're missing the 7. Undo, undo. So the 7 that I am missing could be right here. No, don't do that. Undo. Candidate. 7. 7. Alright, let's look at the rest of these 7. Yeah, I'm missing a whole bunch of 7s. Did I just skip that? Whole bunch of 7s. I'm missing at least... This could be a... No, that can't be a 7. This could be a 7. This could be a 7. Sevens, 7s. What's going on? Oh, you've already got a 7. Bunch of 7s. 7, 7. Okay, now I feel a little bit better. Except, I feel like there was something that I'm missing from this one. So you could be a 1. Could you be a 2? No, you can't be a 2. You could be a 3. Could you be a 4? No. Could you be a 5? Why can't you? You can't be a 5. Could you be a 6? No. Could you be a 7? Yes. Could you be an 8? I don't... Wait, you're the... No, you're not the only 8. You're not the only 8. Could you be an 8? No, you can't be an 8. You can be a 9. Weird. Alright, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 6. 1 and 3, 1, 3, 6. The 7 is between these two. 4 and 3. There are 3 spots that could be a 4. There are 3 spots... No, there are 4 spots that could be a 3. Alright, screw that area. Forget that. We are instead going to work on 5 between you two. Does one of these have to be a 1? No. Alright. That 8 is kind of strange. What about the 9s? There's something that I could say about the 9s. Not really. 1 and a 3. Wait, why do you show only a 1? Could you be a 2? No. Could you be a 3? No. Could you be a 4? No. Could you be a 5, 6? Could you be a 7? Why can't you be a 7? Because there's a 7 in here. That was the key thing. Key insight. All right, so you are a 1. Normal. 1. With that 1, we can say that you are not a 1. You are not. There's a 7. All right, this game is so easy now. Maybe. And with that 7, I can rule out other things. You're a 7. You're not a 7. You're not a 7. You're a 4. Did not mean to hit that 6. You're a 4. With that 4, you're not a 4. You're not a 4. 1, 3, 5, 9. 1, 3, 5, 9. 3 and 9. So there has to be a 5 right here. So you're not a 5. 3 and 9 means that you're not a 3, you're not a 9, so you're a 2 and an 8. 2 and an 8 means that there's no 2 and 8 up here. 3 and 9, there could be a 3 or a 9 up there. But not both. Which means that you have to be the 1, I think. You do have to be the 1. Which means that this is 3 and 6. 3, 6, 9. One of the two of you has to be a 6. Which tells me, if one of the two of you has to be a 6, this cannot be a 6. This cannot be a 6. One of you two is a 9. One of you two is a 9. Does that mean that... No. This could be in the middle. This could be on the right. This could be on the left. This could be on the right. This could be on the middle. This could be on the left. One of you two is in the middle. There's a 3 and a 9. So either the 3 or the 9 gets knocked out of this row. Whichever one it is goes somewhere else. It's not particularly helpful. This 5. This 5. This 5. We've already got a 5 in here. We've already got a 5 in here. We've already got a 5 over here. 3 and 7. 3 and 6. 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, 6, 7. We know there's a 5. 5, 3, 9 between all of these. Wait. Oh, no, that doesn't tell me anything. 5, 3, 9 between all of these. I feel like that almost does tell me something. All it tells me is that the 5 has to be over here. Nines and 9s. Ooh, wait a second. All this is missing is 2 and 8. Should I already know that you can't be... I should know that you can't be the 4. Should I know that you can't be the 7? Yeah, because there's a 7 right there. Okay. 2 and 8, 2 and 8. Huh. Not the most helpful. This one is missing 1, 2... 2. Okay. So this has a 1. It's missing 2. It's missing 3. It's missing a 4. Are you missing a 5? No, you have a 5. You have a 6. Missing a 7. The 7 has to be right here. Okay, wait. That tells me things. So you're not a 7. Does that tell me things? You're not a 7. You're not a 7. So you are a 7. These outside ones could be a 7. These ones could be a 7. An 8. We need an 8. A 9. Ooh. Wait a second. Oh, 9 right here or 9 up here. But I need... Oh, no. This 9 screws it up. Weird. So what did I find out from that? I got to rule out some number. I forget which one already. What's going on over here? 1, 3, 8, 9. 1, 3, 8, 9. So we need to have a 9 in these two. So you cannot be a 9. We know that because this doesn't have a 9 available. 1, 3. So 3 has to be right here. So you cannot be a 3. 1, 3, 8, 9. 3, 8, 9. Okay. 2, 3, 9 between these. Is that true? No, because we could have the 2 over here. Oh, but... Oh, no. 2, 3, 8, 9. If this was only 3 numbers, I could have ruled out. So I need to figure out between this 2 and this 8. 2 and the 8. Okay. 1, 5. Ooh, we have to have... No. That 5... Wait. No, that 5 is not helpful. Okay. 2 and an 8. 3, 5, 9. 3, 9. We need a 1, a 2, 3, 5. 3, 5, 6, 9. Do I know anything about that 6? I know very little about that 6. I know there are a lot of places that a 6 could be. That's all I know. Not helpful. So there are 2 places a 6 could be right here. Ooh. These 2 need to have a 4. So this cannot be a 4. Gotta have a 4 over here. And we need one... Wait. Undo that. No, because it could be these 2 that are a 4. That was stupid. Never mind. I thought I could rule something out that I cannot. 1, 3, 4, 6, 9. 1, 3, 4, 6, 9. 8, 8. So we know there's an 8 up here. The 1 could be in like any of these. The 2 could be in a bunch of these. The 3 can be in a bunch of these. The 5 is kind of a pain. The 4 is already here. 4, the 5. The 6. 6 is right there. The 7, there's only 2 spots for the 7. There's only 2 spots for the 8. 2 spots for the 8. 2 spots for the 8. And the 9. Too many spots for the 9. This one. This 1. And then a 2 could be in a bunch of spots. A 3 could be in a bunch of spots. 4 is already here. 5 could be in a bunch of spots. 6 could be in a bunch of spots. 7's already here. 8's already here. 9's already here. Crap. 185. 185. 9, 9, 6. 5s. 4s. We already have the 3. 2s. Wait a second. No. 2s. The 1s are almost interesting. Almost. Two and 8. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6. 2, 8. 3, 6, 9. We have to have the 5s. Oh, the 5s have to be right here. So you cannot be a 5. You cannot be a 5. Can we say that the 1s have to be right there? The 5s and the 1s have to be right here. True. Three, 7, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 7, 9. So the 7s have to be right here, which we already knew. The 6s have to be right here. So the 6 and the 7. 6, 7, 3, 9. 6, 7, 3, 9. 6, 7, 3, 9. I do need all of those in this. And we said this has 1 and 5. 1 and 5, 3 and 6. Not the most helpful. So if I did auto candidate right now, it would kind of tell me the answer. 3, 5, 9. Can I rule out one of these? No. 1, 2, 3 can go in a bunch of these. These 6s feel like they're valuable. One of the two of you is a 6. These middle 6s also feel like they should be important. Maybe I should work on this middle row. 1, 2, 3 could be in a bunch of places. 4 could be in a bunch of places. 5 could be in a bunch of places. 6 can be in 2 places. Does that help? 6. 7's already here. 8's already here. 9 can be in too many places. So the one that was interesting is the 6. Is there something else that could only be in these 2 places? No. The 2. Wait, you can't be a 2. My bad. 1, 2, 3. Why can't you can't be a 3? So wait, 2. One of you two is a 2. One of you two is a 2. But one of these is also a 2. Not the most useful. So far. Keep staring. If I stare long enough, then I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe. 3 and 7. Wait, oh, I thought there was only 1 2 for a second. There are so many potential 2s, I don't like it. 2 and 2. So 1s. Do we know anything about 1s? We know that there's a 1 right here. We know that there's a 5 right here. We know that there's a 7 right here. We know that there's a 6 right here. Wait, do we know that? If I know that there's a 6 right there, and I know that there's a 6 right here, God, I'm so close to having something. 1, 5. But I'm not. All right. We know that there's a 6 over here. We know that there's a 5 over here. What about the 7s? Or the 7s? staring at them for a bit. We can see that there's a 7 between these two. We can see that there's a 7 between these two. We can see that there's a 7 between these two. And a 7 between these two. We can see that there's a 7 between these. None of this helps me. Yet. Okay, which of the columns have I done? A bunch of the columns. We need a 4 in this column. It could be any of these 3. Start with 1. There are a lot of things that could be a 1 in this column. Not helpful. Let's look at 2s. There are 3 things that could be a 2. Not that helpful. 3s. Not that helpful. All right. 4s. 4, 4. And another 4. 5s. The 5 is already here. 6s. You 2 could be a 6. So we've got that one thing in this column determined. Is this 6? Okay. 7s. I'm ruling out like nothing, so these 2 could be 7s. It doesn't help. 8s. 8, 8. 8, 8. That does not help. And then we've already got the 9. All right, so this first one did not help at all. This next one. We've already got the 1. We're looking for 2s. Bunch of 2s. Looking for 3s. Bunch of 3s. Looking for 4s. Ooh, wait a no. All right. So between these 6 spaces, there have to be 2 4s. Not helpful. 5 is here. 6 is here. 7. Could be 7. Could be 7. Wait a second. Actually helpful. Is it? There has to be a 7 between these 2. 8s. There are too many spots that could be an 8. 9. Too many spots that could be a 9. This one. A 1. A 3. 7 could be in 2 spots. A 9 could be in 2 spots. Why is the game like this? There's some strategy that I am unfamiliar with, or I'm missing something obvious. 1s. 3s. 4. 4. 5. 5. 5. 5. 6. There's already a 6. 7. There's already a 7. There's already an 8. 9s. 9s are no good. 1. 2. 3. I feel like I'm too tired to figure this out. Wait, 4. No, it can't be a 4. 3 and 6. 3 and 6. 3 and 6. That's kind of interesting, but only kind of. So between the 2 of these, there has to be a 3 and a 6. That means that you cannot be a 6. That means that you cannot be a 3. That means that you are a 7. I think that was the insight that I was looking for. That means that you are 4. That means that you are not a 4. It means that you are not a 7. It means that you are not a 4. You are not a 4. Which means that you are a 4? I think it does, because that's the only one up here that could be a 4. Which means that you're not a 4. It means that you're not a 4. It means that you're not a 4. But, oh yeah, we've already got a 4 in here. Cool. There are 2 that could be 2s. 3 that could be 3s. None that could be 4s. The number that could be 5s, there are a bunch of them. The number that could be 6 is too many of them. Sevens. Only 1 7. That looks helpful. And the 8 is already here. 7. So with that 7 in, the 9s. There's 3 spots that could be 9s. Too many spots. Oh, but you can't be a 7. Wait, does that tell me things? Yeah, it does. Tells me that you're a 7? I think so. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 8. You're a 7. You're the only 2 now. Are you the only 7? No, there's 2 7s. All right, 1, 3, 9, 9, 8, 8. 3, 3. Too many 1s. Wait, you're not a 2, which makes you an 8, which makes you a 2, which means nothing. It means that you're not an 8, which means that you are an 8. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5. So, 8s. There are 2 8s over here. 8, 8, 8, 8. 9, 9. 2, 2. 3 and 6, 3 and 6. 3, 6, 9. We have the 5s over here. The 3 and the 9. Wait, 3 and 9, 3 and 9 means that you can't be a 3, which means that you are a 1. Wait, but that breaks things. Undo. Undo. I broke things. Crap. How do I break things? 3, 9. You have to be a 1. That breaks things. Pretty sure. 3, 8, 9 in here. The problem is, only one of you two can be a 5. So where's the 1 in here? You could be a 1. Wait. So then where's the 8? Where could the 8 be? You could be an 8. So somehow I managed to save that, but that confuses me very much because I screwed up somewhere in there, but we saved it. So now you should be a 1. You're not a 1. You're not a 1. 1. 1. I'm already at 37 minutes. This is kicking my butt. I blame being tired, but I'm having fun, which is the main thing for playing a game, maybe. 5, 6, 9. There has to be a 5, a 6, and a 9 in this column, but we don't know which is which. Five and 5. 7 and 7. 7 in here. Alright, I should be able to figure this out now. You are a 2. Because we need a 2 in here. It means that you are not a 2. It means that you are not a 2. 3 and a 5. Which means that one of you is a 2. Five and a 3 and a 6. 5, 3, 6. You're not a 1. You're not a 1. All right. God, why don't I just do it with the auto candidate thing? Because this is more fun getting to struggle and screw up and try and save it. Maybe it's more fun. I don't know which is more fun. 3 and a 9, 3 and a 9. 8. And 8. So we need a 7 up here. Wait, oh, I thought you were the only one that could be a 4 for a second. 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, and a 6. One of these two has to be a 6. But either of them could be the 3 or the 4. Not helpful. One of you two is the 8. What about the 1s? What do we know about the 1s? Very little. We have a 1. We have a 2. The number that could be 3 is very high. 3 of you could be a 3. We already have the 4. A bunch of you could be the 5. No. Oh, that's my answer. You can't be the 5. You can't be the 5. 3 and a 9 means that you are not the 3. Means that you are not the 9. Means that you are the 6. And we already knew that this was the 5. And then we have a 3 and a 9. Is that helpful? Yes, everything is helpful. As long as I remember to mark these, everything is helpful. So we did that. You are not a 5, which means that you are a 5. 5. 3 and a 9, 3 and a 9. Huh. Okay. Still missing a 5 between these two and a 5 between these two. All right. We have a 3 and a 9, 3 and a 9, 3 and a 4. Okay, wait. If we already have a 3 and a 9, then this can't be a 3. This can't be a 3, which means that you're a 4, which means that you're a 6, which means that you're a 3, which means that you're a 9, which means that you're a 3, which means that you're a 9. If that's a 9, these are 3 and 6, but we already have the 3, so you have to be a 6, you have to be a 3. Which means that you can't be a 3. You can't be a 3. You can't be a 3. Okay. So 1 and 9, 5 and 9, 1, 5, 9. So between these, we need 1, 5, and 9, which means that you're not a 9. You're not a 9. These are 3, 6, 7. You're not a 9. 3, 6, 7. Which means that you have to be the 9? Yeah. Because there's a guaranteed 3 right here. 9, which means that you're a 3. Cool. 3, 8, 9. Okay. So we're missing these 3 numbers. We're missing these 3 numbers. 1, 5, 9, 3, 7, 3, 6, 7. We're missing 2, 6, 9. We're missing 3 and 5. The 7s almost feel interesting. We're missing, wait a second, 3 and 9. We already have the 1. 3, 8, 9. Wait, we already got the 4. Which tells me that you have to be a 4. Cool. So now, 1, 2, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 8. We already have the 3. Which means that you're an 8. If you're an 8, 3 and 9, and this is a 2, then this is a 1. So now, 3, 7, 8, 9. 3, 7, 8, 9. 3, 7, 8, 9. That makes sense. 3 and 9 also makes sense. Huh. 5 and 9, or 3 and 5. Are you the only one that can be a 1? I think so. No, you're the only one that can be a 1. My bad. 1. And that was a 1 and 9. I think. I don't know. 3, 6, 9. So we need a 3, a 6, and a 9 in this row. All right. I'm like right there. All I have to do is solve this. In order to solve it, we need to figure out which ones are missing. 5 and a 9. 2, 6, 9. 3, 5. 3, 7, 8, 9. 2. Wait a second. Oh, you can't be a 2. So you're a 9. Which makes you a 2? Think so. Yeah. All right, from there. So we got this 9, which makes you a 5. We got that 5, which makes you a 3. We got that 3, which makes you a 7. We got that 7, which makes you a 3, 6, 3, 6, 5, 9. Do you have to be the 9? Think so. 9, which makes you a 9. Undo. Did not make you a 9, makes you a 6. Which makes you a 3, which makes you a 6. Now, you have to be the 5. Now, with that 5, we're looking for... This 9 is gone, so you're a 3. So you're a 7. So you're a 9. And then you are the last thing, which is an 8. And then, what are we doing down here? You're a 9. And you're a 3. Holy 46 minutes, 38 seconds. But it was fun. I could try and do the hard one. We could do... How long is this video? 52 minutes. We're under an hour. If I do a hard with auto candidate, how quick can we do it? It depends how quickly I get stuck. 2 and a 9. Ooh, 4, 3, 4, 3. That means I can say that you're an 8. Bam. 4, 3, 4, 3. So you are not a 4. You're not. No. 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 That didn't actually go away. Cool. No. No. 6, 7 is really helpful. So 6, 7 means that you're not a 7. Means that you're not a 6. Means that you're not a 7. Means that you're not a 6. 6, 7. So we have 1, 4, 3, 6, 7. We have like this column done basically. 4, 6, 4, 3. 4, 6, 4, 3. 9, 9, 9. 9, 9, 9, 1, 1, 1. 8, 8, 8. So wait. 1, 1, 9, 8. So I know that you're not a 4. I know that you're not a 4. I know that you're not a 4. You are either 3, 4, 6. You can't be a 6. So we know that you're a 4. And we know that you're a 3. And we know... What else do we know? 2, 6, 7. We know that there's a 7 right here. Which means that you're not a 7. You're not a 7. You're not a 7. Nope. Nope. No. We can see that there's a 7 right here. That's helpful. Which means that you're not a 7, which means that you are a 7. 1, 8, 9, you're a 6. With that being a 6, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 5, 9, 1, 2. So there's a 2 in here, but that doesn't help. These 1, 8, 9s are almost interesting. Almost. 6s. Oh, but there's more 6s. Crap. And there's more 6s over here. And there's more 6s. That's not helpful. All right. 2, 9, 2, 8, 2, 8. 2, 7, 8. Bunch of 7s. Wait, 2 7s. Not helpful. An 8. all by itself. Good job, 8. A 5, all by itself. A 6, all by itself. A 4, 7, 4, 7. A 1, all by itself. A 9. Secluded, 8. 1 and 9, 1 and 9. 2, 7, 2, 7. 2, 6. Huh. Okay. 2 and a 7, 2 and a 9. An 8, but there's a few places that 8 could be. Maybe. Yeah. 1, 2. Ooh, this is the only place this 5 can be. Does that help? No. No, it does not. That's the only place the 5 can be, is pinned between those two. This is either a 1 or a 2. 2 or a 9. Oh, is this the only place that a 9 can be? Yeah, it is. So if that's the only place that a 9 can be, then this is the only place that a 9 can be. We could have a 9 here, a 9 here, a 1 or a 9. 4 and 7, 4 and 7. Had that for a while. 1, 4, 2, 5. 1, 4, 2, 5. And we know the 5s are up here. 1, 4, 1, 4. 2, 7, 2, 7, but also with a 6. It'd be cool if I could rule out one of these 7s. In order to do that, can't do it. Wait, but I can rule out one of the 2s, so there has to be a 2 between these two, which means that you're not a 2. You're not a 2. You're not a 2. You're not a 2. There's no 2 right there. So there are still 4 2s over here. Not helpful. Still 4 2s over here. Not helpful. Still a bunch of 2s all over the place. Wait. 2, 2. That's helpful. No, because there's 2 2s up here. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 6. 8. Wait, but these... Oh, I thought these were the only 2 that could be a 4 or 5, but those are the only ones that could be a 5. It's not helpful. 5 and 8. Wait. Okay, this is helpful. So there has to be a 5 right here, which means that you cannot be a 5, which means that you are a 4. And this is the only place for a 5. And we're missing 2, 3, 6, 8. You're the only place for an 8. You're the only place for a 6. Which tells me... Didn't that tell me something? Tells me that this is the place for a 2. Tells me that this is the place for a 7, a 7, a 4. One and an 8, 2 and a 3. There has to be a 1 right here, but we already knew that. 5. There has to be a 6 right here. True? Oh, there is a 6 right here. Bam. And yes, there has to be a 6 right here. If there has to be a 6 right here. All that told me was about this 6, really. I feel like there was another reason that I was looking for that, but now I don't remember it. Oh, for this 5 maybe. So we need a 5 right here. 2. Oh, you're a 9, and there's a 3 up top. That's cool. 2, 3, 2, 1 and 8. Ooh, 2, 5. Now it feels like this all falls together. 9. No, why do I have 2 6s? Why am I like this? No, what have I done? What have I done? Why am I like this? All because I put a 4 somewhere where I couldn't have. 1 goes here. 6 goes here. 4 goes here. 9 goes here. Did I just screw? No, because now I broke this. Two. Yeah, but you're the only one that could be a 2. Undo. Screwed something up, but I might have screwed it up forever ago. Alright, so what did we screw up? You're the only one that can be an 8 right here. I'm gonna go with that. You're the only one that can be a 7. You're the only one that can be a 4. I feel like I'm just repeating what I just did. Probably because I am. You're the only one that can be a 7. Darn, I was doing well. We were at 9 minutes. And then I screwed something up. What did I screw up? 2 and a 5, 1 and a 9, 4 and a 3. There's a 4 right here. If there's a 4 right there, does that tell me anything? It tells me that you can't be a 4, so you have to be a 2. You're a 4. You're a 6. I feel like that didn't break it this time, maybe. You're a 9. No, there's 2 1s. Why are we like this? Let's try and fix it. 9, 2, 5, 3, 2. So this one is the problem right now. 1, 2. Oh, there's another problem. 8, 1. How do you fix it? Nobody knows. So in order to fix that, I have to either undo any of these. There are so many things that you could be. Wait, what did I just do? Put you back to a 1. If I clear this, if I clear this, if I clear the 5, if I clear the 5, if I clear the 9. Yeah, but we already have a 9 in there, so that's not it. Reset the puzzle. Auto candidate. We're gonna get this. How am I gonna get this? I don't know. I remember that we had the 4 and the 3. So I can say you're not a 4, you're not a 3. Which means that you are an 8. 4 and 3. Not a 4. Not this. Not this. 7 and 6. I do remember this from the start. Not a 6. Not a 6. So you are a 4. 7, 6. 7, 6. Not a 6. Not a 7. So you are a 3. Not a 7. Cool. 4 and a 3. So you're not a 4. You're not a 4. All right. 2. So there's a 2 right here. 4, 3, 7, 6. 1, 8, 9. 1, 8, 9 between these 3 is not as helpful as some of the others. 5 right here. No, because there can also be a 5 right there. 5 right here. No. Ooh, a 7 right here. Yeah, but that's not that helpful. but there is a 7 between these three. There's a 9 between these three, but that's even less helpful. There's a 1 right here. The 1 right there. Can't say too much else about this area. There's an 8 right here. That's helpful. 8. There's a 5 right there. 1 and a 9. Which means that you have to be an 8, I think. And you're a 1. And you're a 9. Am I screwing anything up? Probably not. Maybe. I didn't think I screwed anything up last time, and I did. 4 and 7, 2 and 5, 1 and 9, 2 and 9, 2 and 8, 7 and 2. Lots of 7s. Just a couple 1s. Just a couple 2s. You're the only 9. Bam. You're the only 9. Then the other 9 would be right here. There's still a few 9s left over here. 1 and 9. So this has to be a 9. But it could be other things. Or 7. What about these 8s? No, there's an 8 down here. What about the 2s? There's a bunch of 2s. What about the 3s? That almost feels good. Not the 3s. The 3s, not the 2s, not the 1s. The 8s. We've already got an 8. That 5, these 5s. These 2 6s. So far, not much of this feels helpful. Wait, there's an 8 down in this bottom row. Oh, but we already knew that. There's a 9 between these two. Too many 1s. Too many 6s. There's a 6 between these two. There's 2 between these. There's 7. Wait, 7 is helpful. 7 means that you're not a 7. You're not a 7. You're not a 7. Not a 7. Not a 7. Not a 7. Importantly, that means you are a 7. That being a 7 means that you are a 6. That being a 6 doesn't give me too much information yet. 4 and a 3, 2 and a 5, 4 and a 7, 1 and a 9. Two, 6, 7 makes sense. Wait, are you the only one that could be a 9? Yeah. You have to be a 9. But this is how I broke things before, I think. But this time we're not going to break it because I didn't screw anything up. Definitely didn't screw anything up. This time is perfect. Flawless. I don't know where I screwed up last time. You are a 6. You are a 2. You can be a 7. You can be a 6. 4. 7. 8. 5. 4. 5, 2, 1. Another 2, 7, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1 and 8. No, how did I break it again? What do I keep doing that I'm breaking this? We're so close. How am I breaking it? I'm doing something that's not allowed. One and 8. So what is the one that's missing? This is a 7. Clear that one. So if instead I put a 7 right here, then I would have to get rid of this 7. No, because that spot is still ruled out. Undo, undo. Okay. 8, 1. 5, 2. 8, 3. So that gives me a hint, I think, at what it is. At least probably. 3, 8. 8. 3. Do I think that that gives me a hint? No, because it's still not giving me a number. Remove this one. You could be a 3. If I take out all of the 8s and 3s, does that magically solve it? Or allow me to solve it? 8s and 3s. 8s and 3s. 8s and 3s. The answer is mostly no. So before, this one was not solved. If I put a 3 in there, this one is blank. Clear, 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 clear. Reset the puzzle. Auto candidate. This is not that hard. Where do I keep screwing up? I keep screwing up with something easy. So there's guaranteed to be a 4 and a 3 between these two spots. That means we've figured this much out. We know that you have to be an 8. If you are an 8, that's all I know so far. We know that you can't be a 4 and 3. Wait, I don't know anything about you. We just know that in this one, we can't have a 4 or a 3. Did I try marking 4 and 3s outside of this cube? I might have. So like this 4, I can't actually... Oh, did I do that? I can't say anything about that 4. Oh, I think that's what I did right at the start. Wait, that would be painful if that's what I did. So there's 9s right here. There's 2s right here. With these 2s... With these 9s. No, because there's another 9. Crap. Wait, but I can actually say something about the 4s. I can say that there's no 4 or 3 in this one. Because we know that there are 2 in this one. In this column. But I can't say anything about the rest of the 4s or 3s. Except that you're the only 3 over here. So I can say something about them. Seven and 6 means that you can't be a 6, you can't be a 7, you can't be this, you are a 4. Undo that. You are a 4. Cool. 7 and 6. 8 and 9. 1, 8, 9. There's a 2 down the middle. There's an 8. No. Don't know anything about that yet. Yeah, I think I had ruled out one that I couldn't rule out, maybe. I'm not sure. 2, 7, 6. 5 and 8. All right, we've got... I'm so tired. I get to sleep after I finish this. But it's hard to finish this when I'm tired. We need things. If I just look at the 8s. Looking at the 8s, there are a few spots that these could be. There are a bunch of spots that these could be. If I look at the 1s, there are 2 spots that a 1 could be right here. 2 spots that a 2 could be. Wait a second. Oh, for a second I thought there were 2 spots that a 5 could be, but that is not the case. Wait, what about that 7? No, 2 spots that a 7 could be. Two, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 6. Wait, these are the only 2 spots that a 3 could be, and it's not helpful. Only 2 spots that a 3 could be. All right. So that was the 1s. The 2s. Looking at the 2s. Wait a second. Looking at the 2s. There's very little info. All that we know is that there has to be a 2 between these 2 spots. Okay. Beyond that, I don't think there's much I can say about 2s. What about the 3s? There has to be a 3 between these 2 spots. There has to be a 3 between these 2 spots. There has to be a 3 between these 2 spots. Means that there's no 3 down here, but that does not help me. The 4s. I keep scanning for other things while I'm trying to figure this out. All right, the 4s. 4s don't help much. We know that there's a 4 right here. Huh. It's like the only thing that I do know for sure about this area. There are so many spots that could be 4. Wait, there's 2 that could be a 4 right here. 2 that could be a 4 right here. And then there are a million others that could be a 4. Huh. Yeah. What about 5s? If I click on the 5s, the 5s almost feel like they're useful. There's 2 5s right here. There's a bunch of 5s. 2 5s. No, 3 5s. 3 5s. 3 5s. The 6s. For the 6s... Wait, okay, finally. This one is a 6. That took way too long to figure out. I think I had found that before in the past, but painful. 4, 5, 8. Does that 8 tell me anything? No. 4, 5. There has to be a 5. Wait, there has to... No. No. You have to be an 8. Okay, that does tell me things. You have to be a 5. Please tell me I'm not screwing this. I can't be screwing this up. I have not done anything that feels questionable to me. I should be able... Like, all of this should be legit. There's a 9 right here. There's a 4, there's a 5. There's 4 and a 7. The 1s are right here. The 8s, no. Twos. Are you the only one that could be a 9? I believe so. Yeah, okay. Did need that 9. With that 9. So there's still a 9 right here somewhere. So we know where the 1 is. We don't know where the 7 or the 8 or the 2, any of these things. All right, quick pause. Wait, but when I pause, undo, undo. Okay, that was supposed to be a 9. When I pause, I screw up everything. Because I hit the Alt-1 twice, which is not good. All right, so I think everything is still good. I gotta be careful about pausing. Wait a second, you're a 1, you're a 9. Are we good? You're an 8. Okay. 8, 8. There's another 8. There's an 8 right between all of these. There's a 1 right here. There's a 5. Ooh, there's a 5 right there. 4 can be in a bunch of places. Wait, yeah, there's a 1 over here. The 7 could be in a bunch of places. 7 between these two. There has to be a 3. There has to be a 6 right here. There's a 7 in this top row. Wait, do I know that this is the 9? I do. Okay. So you're the 9. With that 9. Am I getting closer to knowing where other 9s are? Like the remaining 9s? No. 1, 7, 8. There's only 2 that could be an 8. There are 4 that could be a 7. Wait, there's got to be a 2 right here. So you cannot be a 2. You cannot be a 2. You cannot be a 2. You are not a 2. There's still a bunch of 3s, bunch of 1s, bunch of 4s, 5s, a few 5s, bunch of 6s. I guess a bunch of 5s and a bunch of 6s. All right, 7s. Too many 7s. 8s. The 8s almost feel interesting. Nope. The 9. We've got the 9. We've got 2 3s right here, so there has to be a 3 down in the bottom. The 8s. So there has to be a 3 and an 8. Wait, that tells me about this corner. That tells me that this is not a 6, not a 1, not a 4, not a 7. Is that accurate? I think so. These have to be the 3 and the 8. If that is true, it doesn't really help me. There's only 2 of these that can be a 5 now. There's 3 of them that can be a 4. There's 3 of them that can be a 6. There's 4 of them that can be a 2. But we know there's a 2. No. One, 2, 7, 8. Three between you two. There's a 2, 3, 4, 7. 2, 3, 4, 7. 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. And the 1 is over here. The 5 is over here. Okay. 2, 6, 8. 6 is over here. All right. Is there just an easy free one that I'm missing? Probably. Let's work backwards. 9. Counting down from 9. I don't see any easy 9. 8. With the 8s. See the bottom right corner, which we already know about. See the 1, 7, 8. Not helpful. These 2. Not helpful. The 7s. Ooh, we're missing a lot of 7s. There's a 7 pinned between these 2, along with a 6. 7 pinned between these 2. 7 pinned between these 2. So many 7s. Wait. You're the only 7. There's my answer. Which means that you're the only 6. We're actually going to solve it this time. I know I didn't screw anything up, I think. But it's also not all falling into place just yet. But it's close. It's getting there. 1. Still a 9 between these 2. 1 and a 9 here. 9 here. 2's there. 4's. But there's too many 4's. 6's. Too many 6's. Alright, so I was working my way down from 7, I think. Am I still doing that? Yeah. 6's. Looking at 6's. There's one of them over here. There's another right... Wait, okay, no. That almost gives me the answer. But there could still be a 6 right here. There could be a 6 here. 6 here. Not helpful. Wait, this one does look helpful, though. Okay, so you are a 6, which tells me that there's a 6 down here. Why is the game like this? Okay, there is a 6 right here. Again, why is the game like this? That didn't help. 3 and an 8, 3 and an 8, 1 and a 4. There's a 5 right here. Wait, are you the only one that could be a 7? Yes. Which means that you're a 2. Which tells me nothing. 3 and an 8. 4 and a 6. 1 and a 9. 1 and a 4. 3, 8. 4 and 9 up here. Still too many places that could have all of these things. 1 and 9, 1 and 9, 4 and 5, 2 and 4 and 3, 2 and 5. 178, 178, 28, 28, or 2728. Wait, sevens. There's a 7 right here all by itself. True. Which makes you a 2. Did we get it? I think if not, then we're very close. No, I think that's it. 7. 5. Yeah, it's unsatisfying to me when you finally get it with the autocomplete. I don't know. I guess it's just a bunch of busy work. Filling them all in without making mistakes, but you have to figure out which ones you hadn't filled in, I guess, or you have to go back and manually check them all. 9. Having a redo button would also feel powerful. Like, almost cheaty, but it would be helpful. You could undo and then redo. Or if you could, like, set save points, which maybe you can. So we can do a 5, do a 2, do a 5, do a 4. Do a 6, a 5, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 4, a 3, a 4, a 2, a 6, a 3, a 1, 3, a 4. 1921 is a total lie. That took me forever. The video is an hour and a half long. Super long. And look, we could get CQR men's tactical pants. No, thank you. Are there any other games? We did connections. No, we're good. I can go to sleep. I don't have to do any of the others. Year in games. What does year in games mean? Year in games supported by T-Mobile. Highlights are best viewed on mobile. What? Show me. I don't... You say that it's best on mobile, but what if I don't want it on mobile? You are a jerk. Year in games. F11. Puzzle. Year in games. Show me my year in game. No. Best viewed. Screw best viewed. We can do inspect. We can do this one. We can do view as mobile device. Show me. View it as a mobile device. It wants it to actually be on a phone. You're a jerk. Paste it. You're in games. We're on a phone. We're on... How do I set the device type? Elements. I don't know. We would set the device type, right? Dimensions. Responsive. A pixel 7. Bam! Look at that. We're on a phone. It's amazing. Paste it in. This. View highlights. Look. We've done it. View the highlights. No, that's an ad, not a highlight. Continue. Together, you solved more than 10.5 billion puzzles. I did this year. Look at that. Tap to advance. Amazing work, puzzle people. Every minute of every day, players share their Wordle scores in group chats across social media. We did do that. You've had some great solves so far. That was the lamest thing. We got 4.16. What? On average player. Wait, go back. Can I go back? Players solved 1,000. In the time it took you to read that sentence. Nobody cares. This isn't telling me about me. This is telling me about, like, Wordle. On average. We don't care about on average. And now, an observation from Wordle bot. According to my analysis, slate is the most efficient starting word, and the community most often chose ado instead. I'm still calculating why. Because Bozidar was told to do ado, and then I mentioned that he doesn't, or that he sometimes does ado, and then he's stuck with it forever. Except now, he doesn't play. This year's percentage of perfect solves was 26. What? Shuffle button was used 1.6. I don't care. Trickiest puzzles this year was currency symbols and together with. And/together with. N. Weird. Emoticon mouths. I feel like you would get it just because it's like symbol, or was this the whole puzzle? Oh, if this was the whole puzzle, that would be rough. Right? Check mark. I don't know what half of these mean. Okay, that seems like a rough one. Spelling bee. Didn't do spelling bee, and I don't really want to, I don't think. Quit showing me T-Mobile. We don't want it. Strands, don't care. The most played game was Wordle. And another message from the puzzle editors. I don't care. But thank you for the puzzles. Thank you for playing with us this year. That was super lame. Did not like. Oh, I could have went back to this once I got it. Maybe. Except it screws it up. We could have made it full screen once we got mobile to load. All right. For now, that is going to do it for this video. This super long video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.